But you can indeed turn back through the convenient rift provided. We won't be doing that, though. Well, this definitely looks like something. At last, you meet your end, Lavos. This must be Lavos. Amazing if this is the DNA of every organism that has ever dwelt on this planet. And a creepy face. Arms open the door to oblivion, aka nipple lasers. But whose DNA are those lasers from? That's the real question. Let's try this. Head took very little damage, no counter occurred. Do some more AoE then. My strategy for these endgame boss fights is to kind of just overpower everything by breaking the action economy with high speed on these characters and the haste spell. It gives us enough turns per boss action to heal back all damage that were dealt and keep dishing out the punishment whenever necessary. Actually, now that I get a better look at this face, it looks remarkably similar to Imperfect Cell in the face. Good old Akira Toriyama. There's probably more than this, though. Spicy. again. Evil emanation. There's a lot of health. There we go. That was Lavos's goal, storing and analyzing the genetic code of every creature on the planet. He aimed to use it all to induce Selva evolution into the ultimate form of life. This thing is the reason we're all here. His offensive capabilities are maximum. We were but sown for him to reap all of humanity, or rather, all life on this planet. At last, our final meeting. Your life ends here. Summon jars. Go. And then barrier on everybody. Oh, jeez. Everybody get our barrier. So. Alright, we're doing counter stuff. One heal. Middle one took the most damage. Interesting. Mostly unable to directly attack you to do damage. Oh yeah, okay. one's almost invincible. Lavos Core is defending. Durin, thank you so much for the Prime sub in 4 months. Support. Physical attacks to kill this one first. That's gonna be the goal. Diabolic Whisper. So mostly immune. Lavos Core lowers its defense. There we go. Lavos Core preparing to resurrect. Get him. Maybe I should be using Ice Tackle. They're back! Okay, I imagine that means we have to take out this one again. Core's defense restored. Okay, now it's back to taking dramatically reduced damage. Oh, nope. And now it's back to taking normal damage. Frickin' finish it then. GG. Bale. Bale, wake up. It's time for school. Bale? Bale? Bale! You, wake up and get your wretched body out of bed. Your stay of execution has been withdrawn. You will accompany us to the castle now, where we will carry out your sentence. Cut to the beginning of Skyrim. We've been searching high and low for you, Bale. Where did you take my daughter? Daddy, no. Bale hasn't done a thing. My daughter says Bale has done nothing. What do you think of that, Chancellor? If I may speak freely, Your Grace, I think your daughter is clearly delusional. Bale's deeds have impacted the entire kingdom. The Chancellor too? What's the matter with you? Please, just listen to me. There's a reason I've been gone. You see, we had to save the future? What? Yeah, actually, that's what I was gonna say. How'd you know? You saved the future and taught us what it is to have hope. You defeated Magus' troops and restored peace to the realm in the year 600. Bale beat Reptites. What's going on? Why are you all here? Luca, you brought them here, didn't you? Don't you realize that's going to cause a paradox? Oh no. You undertook quite a daunting mission. The past and future members of our line told me all about it. Members of our line? You mean these people are all my ancestors and descendants? Here I was fussing about rules when you were off protecting our kingdom and the life of the entire planet. I believe a victory parade is in order. Tonight we celebrate you, the hero who saved the world. Now, Nadia, why don't you go and enjoy the last night of the fair? Hang him just to be sure. It's the only way to prevent a paradox. So Kino and Marl are related? I mean, Kino is one of the only people in the world at 65 million BC. You have to imagine almost everybody is related to Kino. Come along with Princess Nadia, home safe at last. May Guardia prosper for another 1,000 years. Let the Moonlight Parade begin. I brought my entire family line together so that we could have a big orgy. Across time. Don't you think that's a good idea, Luca? Melchior's into it. Thought this is rated G? Yeah, G for generational. And better than a toast under the stars. Have a sip, you're the hero today. You've earned some delicious, delicious soda. Totally not beer. They say you saved the world, but still, I do wish you would spend a little more time cleaning up your room, son. Terribly troublesome having no one around to look after the pets. You look beautiful, Princess Nadia, don't get me wrong, honey. Fantastic. I don't think we saved Luca's mom. Mom? I don't suspect there'll be much need for weapons anymore. My days as a smith may be at an end, but looking up at that beautiful sky, it's hard to be worried about something like that. Poof. It was dancers the whole time. Well, everyone, this is it. The time of parting is upon us at last. The gate is growing weak now that Lavos is gone. We've got to say our goodbyes before the gate closes for good. You're all leaving? Bale's strong. Nadia's strong too. Ayla, have fun. Got a planet to populate after all. You're my distant ancestors, so you'd better have strong, healthy kids or I'll be in trouble. No worry. Ayla, much energy. Yeah, indeed. Wait, what do you mean by that? Kino dumb, Ayla go now. Bye-bye. Exuberant folk, and to think we may have all descended from them. Well, your majesty, Queen Lean awaits. We too should take our leave. Frog. I've always felt farewells were best kept brief. You're right, who needs words? Have a kiss. That'll turn him into a princess. Wait. Aw, you know it's a happy ending when the princess kisses the frog. No, he stayed human? Alright. So, you're going to search for Shala? Dramatic cape exit. No words said. Luca, I will keep working hard in the future. For the past. What's wrong, Luca? Aren't you going to say goodbye to the robot? Don't be silly, Nadia. Robots don't have souls. He doesn't need to hear me say goodbye. So, you realized? Realized what? Robot was born in a bleak future. When we defeated Lavos, we changed history. The world will never be ruined now. Robot may not exist in our new future. Ha, ha. Do not be ridiculous. The new future will certainly have a place for me. Darn it, Robot, don't pretend you don't care when you're really sad. It just makes things worse. You are the one who taught me to consider the feelings of others in that manner, Luca. I am grateful for that. Don't cry, Luca. I'm sure Robot will still be built in the new future. Goodbye. Caution, oil has occluded my vision sensors. Sight diminished. Are those robot tears, or... I thought Lavos opened the gates, but now that I think about it, I might have been wrong. What do you mean? I think an even greater force wanted us to experience all those events. It's awfully easy to mess things up traveling through time. Never know when you might give away your jerky for free, by accident. We should probably dismantle the timey, though, shouldn't we? We'd never be able to see any of the others again, though. Kitty, no! That cat's gonna cause a paradox. Pets run away when you don't feed them, son. Hey, come back here. Oh no, Bale, that gate will never open again. You'll never see your mom again. Luca, you don't mean... We still have a time machine! There you are, Princess Grace is looking for you. It's a long ending. I'm happy you know. Now there's no reason for you to be running off anymore. You can stay in the castle dungeons like a good daughter. I have a gift for you, Nadia, to commemorate this day. It's a crapload of balloons. With a giant bell. This is Nadia's bell. It will ring out across the land. Pretty, isn't it? Gonna ring while suspended from balloons? Someone please lend me a hand. Hello? Anyone? Hello? Everyone ditched the king at his own party. Not now, Taban. And then fireworks happened. GG, everybody. What a delight it's been to adventure through Chrono Trigger. A very classic RPG experience that I totally missed. First time I first time I grew up. But the second time I grew up, I got it then. So, brief summary of the story. Let's see. I'm trying to remember how things started. Essentially, we, the protagonist Chrono, we get lost in a time rift at the Millennial Fair to celebrate 1,000 years of the kingdom. We end up sent back in time to 400 years ago when a creature called the Fiend Lord ruled the land. And essentially, as we keep jumping through time, we keep coming across reference to this great creature Lavos that is supposed to destroy the world in the year 1999. So our central quest revolves around finding out how to prevent the apocalypse, messing with people who have allied themselves with Lavos, the ancient kingdom in 12,000 BC. The queen of that kingdom tried to ally herself with Lavos to get eternal life. And along the way, we had our cast of characters who all kind of had their little bits and pieces of the story. Frog was hunting the Fiend Lord Magus, who eventually ended up joining our team. That's Magus right there. Robo was from the future, and his job was to be a robot and do damage. Nadia, the king's daughter, she got caught up in a few things. But yeah, the central plot all revolves around the parasite Lavos and the eventual destruction of the world that it will bring. You're able to encounter and battle Lavos at a whole bunch of different points in the game's story, even right at the beginning of the game if you want. Hiroshi Uchiyama. Great names. There's like 10 or 11 different endings or more. You can even face him on a New Game Plus with only Chrono in the party. And Chrono has to win the one-on-one for that ending. It's good stuff. GG. Makes sense, some serious A-list talent that was involved together in creating Chrono Trigger, and I think it paid off beautifully. From the soundtrack, to the art design, to the narrative. Chrono Trigger all kind of brings it together very beautifully. The end. Not just any end. We got the end of all the endings. This is the one. We didn't do every side quest. For example, we didn't heal the forest. Very Dragon Ball. There's Goku getting married. There's Ayla making lots of ancestors. Frog being beheaded. Oh, the king seems to have missed, though. And he's human again. Time-traveling baby. The end. Well, GG. What a delightful experience it was to play through Chrono Trigger here on stream. Interesting. Some like post-game content? Am I going to do all the endings? No. This is going to conclude my time with Chrono Trigger. Can now visit the Dimensional Vortex. Ending number 1, Beyond Time. Clear count 1 times. It even keeps track of them all. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Overall, I had a really good time with Chrono Trigger. I think, although it uses a very tried and true, you could call it, formula for the actual combat engine. Chrono Trigger never does anything outrageous with the combat system, and I think the enemy design in general is really well done. Enemies are given immunities and counter states and stuff, such that you have to adapt your strategy to what you're fighting as you go through the game. Even with the fairly limited stuff like gear, where mostly you get gear that's better than other gear, with a few exceptions. So there's not a lot of decision-making to make there. There's enough different enemies that the combat remained engaging and interesting the whole way through. Not something you can always say about an RPG. I'm glad that we consulted walkthroughs for part of it. I have to say some of the quest lines are extremely unintuitive in how you're meant to approach them, and not a lot of hints given as to how to go about it. I'd agree, still better than a lot of RPGs today. There's nothing that really feels hugely extraneous or like a giant waste of my time or anything. No random encounters, no Nothing really pointless feeling. It was really, really well done. Didn't get the joy of dying to the Golem Twins 20 times, though. Only a couple of times before chat would help me out with that one. Just use water, forehead. It's that easy. It's that easy. But yeah, I had a very good time with Chrono Trigger. Not my favorite game of all times or anything like that, but definitely a joy to play through. And I'd say it goes up there with other Square Enix classics like Name Your Favorite Final Fantasy or... yeah, those. This was a result of the game vote. Actually, speaking of, the game vote for this month is open right now. So please help me choose what new games to play during this month to take the spot of Chrono Trigger during our, I guess, Saturdays, perhaps. I think my own personal Final Fantasy was either 10 or 12. Kind of a toss-up between those two. But I didn't play that many of them. And I've never played Final Fantasy Tactics either. I know it's blasphemy. Blasphemy. Ah. All right, well, we do have plenty of time left of the stream, so I guess I'll do some Spire runs in the second half here. Mark off a couple more runs towards our overall year-long challenge. Don't hear people say about 12 very often. That's fair. 12 was a bit of an odd one out. I still, to this day, have yet to see a game do companion AI in nearly as cool a way as the Gambit system that Final Fantasy XII used, where you're able to generate like an if-then statement that's like 12 or so nested if-thens to decide what your party members do in combat. Really, really, really cool. And you could essentially fine-tune your own combat algorithms to make the game play itself in a fairly precise way. I thought that was very cool. All right, let's get things swapped on over to some Slay the Spire. See, killed 83. Sweet.